In the U.S., unfortunately, we have lost our way. And we've lost our way because we have politics and power being elevated over sound policy, meaning we have certain agencies who are fighting over who is going to get to control, from a regulatory perspective, the technology, rather than satisfy what is the right policy outcome, which I think the licensing framework that we see in it and the Monetary Authority of Singapore pursuing a proper policy outcome through a licensing framework. So right now, unfortunately, in the U.S., the issue of how to label a digital payment token properly, whether you label it as you.
It is anticipated that the price of XRP would soar to more than $540 before the year 2024 as a result of the United States giving the go-ahead for institutions and banks to begin using XRP for payments. The significance of this cannot be overstated because it will one day eclipse Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. XRP, Ripple, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano have been identified by ChatGPT as the top 5 cryptocurrencies that are assured to climb by 100,000% by the year 2024. This is again possible thanks to ChatGPT, which is among the most reliable and artificially intelligent AI systems that have ever been developed in the history of the book. It also has a very high degree of precision. Now, before we dig into the facts in detail, the current price of XRP is 48.31 cents, which is a decrease of approximately 0.85% from the previous day's closing price. Its market cap went dropped by approximately 0.77%, while its volume went up by approximately 0.47%. Ripple has scored a tremendous victory in this competition. As a result of the news that was published on July 17, 2023, confirming that Ripple has declared that U.S. banks will want to utilize XRP after its partial triumph in the fight against the SEC, it is likely that the moment has arrived. In point of fact, the go-ahead signal was given to the general public as well as to establishments and banks, so confirming that the United States of America is permitting the use of XRP for the purpose of making payments. This is the precise page that refers to it in the court order that was issued by Annalisa Torres, who is the district judge for the plaintiff. The defendant Ripple Labs, also known as Ripple, and 2 of its senior leaders, Brad Garlinghouse and Christian A. Larson, are named as defendants in this action brought by the Security and Exchange Commission, also known as the SEC. The SEC alleges that the defendants engaged in the unlawful offer and sold securities in violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act of 1933, which is more commonly referred to as the Securities Act. It then proceeds to go into the particulars of Title 15 of the United States Code, in addition to a large number of additional figures that we are not even going to make an attempt to list. The fact that the SEC further contends that Larson and Garlinghouse have assisted and abetted Ripples in their breach of Section 5 demonstrates that these allegations are true. The parties' cross-move for summary judgment, also known as the order, was officially granted in part and denied in part by the court on July 13, 2023. The order number to ECF number 874 of the court case between SEC and Ripple Labs states the fact that now, due to this detail, and according to the court's finding on that case, the court has also decided that the SEC now moves to certify for intellectual appeal for the 2 holdings that are in the order. This decision may be found in the order number. Regarding ECF number 895, the motion for certification of the intellectual appeal that was submitted by the SEC has been denied for the reasons that are detailed below. The paper that you have just seen in front of you provided the institutions and banks permission to use XRP. Only Bitcoin and XRP have the status of non-security asset, and this document verifies that XRP is not a security on its own. Bitcoin and XRP are the only assets to have this status. However, in addition to that, it also goes via the fact that the SEC is not even permitted to challenge the decision that XRP was given the status of a non-security. This is something that goes through the process. This comes after the SEC made several warnings that they would go ahead and try to appeal the case, so this news comes as no surprise. On the other hand, the paper that is here in front of you right now guarantees that this cannot take place in any way, shape, or form. Consequently, the go-ahead has been given to these establishments. However, this should not come as a surprise because Ripple has made it very obvious on several occasions that U.S. banks are starving for XRP and will immediately begin utilizing it as soon as the win is granted. This is something that should not come as a surprise. In addition to this, when taking into consideration the price of XRP at $510 per coin or $5,400 per coin by the year 2024, However, there is likely to be a significant amount of money invested in cryptocurrency. If we can see right here, if the value of the US dollar plummets by an astounding $8 trillion, it is projected that the Fed will switch its stance on inflation, which would then cause a significant price increase in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and other cryptocurrencies that will rival the price of gold. Now, this is extremely important because it indicates that we may see an influx of over $8 trillion that is going to go into crypto, but mostly some of the big cryptocurrencies that are dominating different industries, and those cryptocurrencies are utility-based cryptocurrencies. Now, it is essential to have an understanding that the market for each utility-based cryptocurrency is dominated by a particular industry. For instance, the top 5 cryptocurrencies that are forecasted to have a gain of 100,000% by 2024 are each classified in a distinct sector and are completely monopolizing that sector. The leader is XRP Ripple, which utterly dominates, and practically owns the whole cross-border payment sector. It is also one of the cryptocurrencies that is the most effective in terms of the payment. Bitcoin, which is regarded as the store of value, has also been forecasted to increase by a factor of 100,000%. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency that is well known for its smart contracts and is considered to be among the greatest in terms of its development and its application internationally. Cardano, due to its enormous and effective scalability, is also in the smart contracts market. Nonetheless, it is one of Ethereum's most significant competitors. The widespread application and expansive scope of smart contracts make it possible for more than one business to operate in this market. The price of XRP has experienced a decline over the course of the previous week, which has rendered a critical support level for the altcoin obsolete. While larger market cues have been driving the cryptocurrency into a downward trend, the lack of engagement from investors has become a significant component that is also adding to the slide. It was announced this week that Ripple had lost its chief financial officer, Christina Campbell, after the former executive decided to retire from her position. Even after Ripple partially won the lawsuit in May and won Judge Torr's order again last month dismissing an appeal, the executive continued to work for the firm during the investigation and court processes followed by the Securities and Exchange Commission throughout the past few years. These events took place while the executive was employed by the company. The price of XRP has not only been moving in a downward direction, but it has also been recovering in a pretty sluggish manner. The altcoin was only able to recover its losses by 13.7% over the course of the second half of September. However, this recovery was virtually negated during the course of the last week when the cryptocurrency sank by 10.7%. The slow recovery might be partially attributed to the investors who had a role in the financial crisis. Participation is an essential component of sustaining liquidity, which in a nutshell indicates that the number of buy and sell orders is kept at a high level. This raises the likelihood that the token will be in demand, and as a direct result, the price of the token also rises. In the case of Ripple, however, the number of addresses that are actively completing transactions on the chain has been hovering around 20,000 on average, with the most recent week showing approximately 12,400 addresses in use. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.